What's up, bro?
What's up, man? Finally getting home. I see you're home too. It's a blessing to be home. Let's just say that.
Yeah, no, because of the rain, a lot of people, I already knew that they were going to be canceling because it was like supposed to be like a big storm down here. So we just
Oh,
like
yeah.
rescheduled everybody for tomorrow. But
Smart.
yeah, so it's good. So you went in today?
Did I what?
You went into your okay.
I
Um,
had I had a whole chemical peel today, so I was working on that one. It was cool. I got to see frosting, and that's actually pretty amazing to see.
all right, dope. And at the stage that you're in now, it's like you're looking to go full time, full on, build up the whole business.
Yes, I am ready to blow up the business this year. This is the year to do it and go full time on everything.
All right. Besides all the unexpected hurdles and things from last year, just moving forward, what do you think is going to be some of the biggest challenges? Because that's the part that I've been on this obsession to just refine and make sure, you know, we had the tools and the methods and the strategies necessary to like really get that part down.
Yeah, I mean, the most challenging part is just the getting the client out. Honestly, I feel like after everything that's happened last year, I'm back on rebuilding my clientele, bringing back my business. Um, I feel, sometimes it just trying to balance everything as a business owner and a salon owner now. So it's trying to find the time to say, hey, we're going to market and reach out to these people, but it's really hard to keep up with your clients, when you start building them up. There's so many text messages involved.
So I'm gonna
The
show you,
communication for me.
yeah, I'm gonna show you what I put together, and it's a long time coming. Like this is this was basically born out of like just years and years of being in the business myself, on top of just seeing what works, seeing what my pain points were, being frustrated with marketing companies over and over and over. And then I'm not gonna say they're evil. I believe that I've hired a lot of people with great intentions, with amazing intentions. Like, you know, there's meaning to like, oh yeah, I want to help businesses and everything. Um,
Right.
but the disconnect where things kind of fall short is if you're not in this industry, it's kind of hard to understand what really moves people to be a part of what we're doing. You know, you can put together an offer, you can put together flyers and banners, but it's always just one puzzle piece, and if all they're doing is putting together that one puzzle piece or maybe two puzzle pieces if they're like really good with it, um, we'll see some results, but it's just never this complete like, hey, this is going to be the thing that makes your business scale. Um, and it all starts first with just being able to understand the position that the individual's in, not the industry that they're in, but the position that they're in. What do we go through day to day? Like you're a mom multiple times. You are owner and operator, which means you have an entire business at the same time. You're the one doing some of the services in your business as well. Like those are a lot of different things and a lot of different hats to juggle. So when somebody says, "Hey, I'm gonna like, 10x your business or whatever," it's like, okay, wait, what are you basing that off of?
Right.
You can't base it off the industry. Just because
No.
people in the same industry, a lawyer is not a lawyer, a doctor is not a doctor, a body sculptor is not a body sculptor. There's so many like levels to like everybody
Yeah.
in the industry. So the very first thing is like understanding who you are as a person, and how, like, where do you want to not only go with your business, but what's preventing you from already being there, right? So I got tired of hoping somebody was going to get it right. And literally, I just was on a hunt to just learn how to put together all the best tools and systems, that I can possibly put together. And I look up, and now my business is not 100% on autopilot, but every day people are calling in and even walking in, and I haven't said a word to them.
Wait, they're walking in on their own time without an appointment?
No, they have an appointment. I see their appointment.
Oh, they have appointments as they're
Yeah,
walking.
I'm just not
Okay.
the one who said it.
You're not the one setting that.
Um, uh, so I want to show you something. I call it, because I'm dramatic. I call it I call it the orchestra because that's literally I picture this like symphony of just things happening like every single aspect of our business. I think about all the different pieces that no marketing company ever stopped to think of like how do they all fit together, right?
Right.
So I call it the orchestra because it's like, yes, there's not just a Facebook ad or Instagram ad or a Google ad, and then all of a sudden you call in leads. It's like there's so many more things that have to like take place. But my goal is to make it where it's the best system of growing our
Okay.
business ever, just period, not good, but ever, but also the easiest to use and the most affordable.
Like friendly user.
Yeah. Like it's so easy to use, but it's and as elaborate as it is,
Okay.
it's still also one of those things that any business can have because it's that good.
Okay.
So
Intrigued.
I'm gonna show you, and I've already installed it in a few other businesses, and it's working. It's working beautiful. So let me share my screen. Um, Here, let me go straight here. So I do mind maps all the time because my brain is kind of all over the place and I like to have visuals of what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go through this with you, then I'm gonna just kind of break it down. Uh-oh, wait a
It's an
minute.
actual orchestra.
Yeah, I didn't know the screen was gonna turn black. Let me see. I'm gonna take you to where I built this whole thing. That way you might want to do some mind mapping yourself. So I use this thing. And I have there's an app version of it too. All right, this is better. All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
Nice and clear. So this right here, this Lucid app, because I'm into like sharing all the tools and like this helps me out so much because every single time I come up with an idea, I literally map it out, right? So this
Oh,
is the way I
okay.
visualized my orchestra in my head, and I just mapped the whole thing out.
Okay.
All right. So basically, this is what it is, right? It's designed to be an all-inclusive growth symphony, utilizing tools and systems that allow business owners to focus more on their passion and less on the behind-the-scenes tasks. This allows them to see unprecedented growth, all while having more time freedom. So that's like my little visual for that, right?
That's really cool. Wow.
So, so just picture like that, like everything is going on and it all just ends up to be in progress, right? And somebody
Okay.
else told me this, so and it kind of stuck in my head. It says if these marketing companies really could deliver all the success as they promise, why wouldn't they just open up one of these businesses for themselves? Which is like,
True.
so this is going to represent you, right? So honestly, this I'm gonna start here just because without this being in place, the rest of this stuff is irrelevant. And that's what marketing companies never stop to even investigate. They don't even care. They like what makes you good, you know? So it's like, you know if you're ready for this part. Unless I trained you personally in my industry and we know we do all the body sculpt and stuff. This is the main thing that's completely on you. You must be confident you're one of the best options in your industry. There should be some factors that set you apart as different or special, having those things clear in your mind. Have those things clear in your mind. From there, we can begin to implement the systems that will tell the complete story of how amazing your business is. So really think about this part. And fortunately, you have that box checked. I know you as a person. I know your work. I know how people respond to you. Um, Without that, it's just like having an amazing quarterback with nobody who can catch on your team. Like, what's the
You can
point?
pass it too.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
just like, we can put in all these different systems to try to help somebody out. But if you're not ready for that, if you don't have the first part down, you have to be, good. So if somebody happens to be watching this and they're not yet trained at whatever they need to be trained at, get that part down, because throwing a system in is not going to be helpful if they can't perform the work the right way, right?
Yep.
Well,
Please call Brandon. He will get you up to par.
somebody. So this is something that we hear a lot, the sales funnel. So the process of truly telling your story. So this is the most overused and least understood term by not only business owners, but even marketing companies themselves, without knowing what really makes a consumer not just aware of you, but decide to choose you. Efforts will come up flat, right? So this is the part where you really got to use your imagination, because as we implement these systems, you're going to be able to give me ideas on how we're going to convey these things, right? So just imagine somebody out there and they have a problem, right? They have a problem, they have a dilemma. You, Alma, you have the answer, right?
Right.
How did that person come to even know you exist, right? So this is the whole journey. This is the whole story behind a real marketing funnel. How did that person come to even know that you exist? Something happened. They saw something where they're like, who is this Alma and what is all this wonderfulness that she does? Because I have that problem and she's claiming to be the one to be able to fix it, right? So now,
Mm-hmm.
when that person initially comes across that piece of information, there's going to be some type of emotion that she feels, right?
Okay.
Why did it happen? What caused it? Like, these are things that we can actually control. We can actually put things in place where people, they feel certain things because they put themselves in the person's shoes who's talking to you about it, or they're seeing this testimonial, or they're seeing somebody else's emotion towards what you were able to do for them. So the moment they become aware of you, it's not just simply like a poster with a $50 coupon on it. It's just like, hey, uh, problem, possible solution, but I'm not yet convinced. But now I'm starting to feel a certain type of way because I'm seeing somebody else, or I'm seeing some type of social proof that, hey, this can help me out in my situation. So now we're going to go into all these different areas where that possibility of them seeing you can happen. But then we're going to make sure that each and every one of those areas are like completely optimized to the nth degree, right? So watch this, dude. So with the marketing funnel, here's how we have all these different areas where we could control your business, right? So I'll just break
Okay.
it down section by section. So all of your social media platforms, but this is what we're going to do with them to put them on steroids, right? So you have all your social media platforms. You already have these in place, but what we're going to do is we're going to connect every social media platform into one dashboard. And this is going to allow you to schedule posts for each platform, see all communication in real time through one app. And then here's some of the secret sauce: have an AI executive assistant manage all communication, including question and answers, scheduling, nurturing, and follow-ups. Remember how I said every day I got people just walking into the spa now?
Right.
Yeah, and it's fun because they walk in like, oh my goodness, your assistant Lex, she was so helpful and she was so knowledgeable, and I don't know how she does it, but she answers me no matter what time of the day or night it is, and I'm just like, oh yeah, she's pretty awesome. That's my assistant, you know. I have another one modeled after myself. That's the one I'm gonna take down just because it's too real and people think it's me and they talk to it all the time, and I feel guilty because
So they're talking
they'll
to
start
an
venting, telling me
automated
their
system.
problems, and this sucker be talking back like, "Oh, girl, hang in there. I know you can do it." Like, I'm like, "Wait, hold on."
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
When you see some of these conversations, you're gonna like be blown away. But
Do they
um,
sound like you? At least your response is a little bit like you.
Yeah, well, I'll sh you can these aren't just like plug and play assistants. We I learned how to do prompting, prompt engineering, where you can actually control the personality. You can give them characteristics and traits, empathy, humor, casualness, all these different things, and then at the same time, you give them a mission. So
Okay.
and even with the here's how crazy these things are. I can, and other people can, whoever knows how to do this kind of stuff. If say I wanted to create an assistant that was like, who's one of your favorite celebrities, right?
Who's one of my favorite celebrities? Oh God.
Or just somebody,
Okay.
somebody with a YouTube channel. You follow anybody on YouTube? Anything?
No.
Okay, well, let's just say you did, right? Say Martha Stewart had a YouTube channel, right?
Okay.
Um, and we wanted to model a bot after her, right? One of the
Okay.
things that I would want this assistant to pick up on is her speech pattern and her cadence and everything, right? So I
Okay.
can literally just go to YouTube. There's a little button that you can toggle that says transcribe, right? And then it'll break her entire video down into thumbnails that she's talking in. And then you can hit that and hit the transcripts, right? And then it all turns into words, right? I can
Mm-hmm.
just literally just copy all of that and then paste it into the file of the assistant's brain, and then it will automatically assume the cadence and the speech pattern of Martha Stewart, right?
Wow.
And then if she had a few websites or whatever, I can literally just copy those URLs and also download those in the brain as well. And now she knows everything that, she's supposed to know about this business or this or this rest. So you can just sit back talking to Martha Stewart, and if you are a friend or family member, it literally sounds just like her through text. So it's all kind of crazy stuff to do. But anyway, so these things get way too real. um,
Wow, that's
yeah.
crazy.
So this is going to be helpful because now you're not only looking in one app on your phone, um, about all of your messages are going to come through one channel. So when we do ads, when you do posts, when you do, any little thing, anytime somebody wants to know about your business, you automatically get a notification through just your app. And then you can respond directly to them from that, or you can just watch the responses that your AI assistant is doing for you. Because that's all I do. I just watch it. And then when it's somebody I know, I kind of just jump in there like, hey, that's the fake Brandon, watch out. But
Okay.
and it's amazing. So we
Wow,
have,
that's amazing.
yeah,
Technology is it's pretty cool, but it's also pretty scary of how much it can do. And but if you know how to control it and organize it to apply it exactly for what you're using it, I mean, that's incredible.
yeah, and that's what we're gonna do. So
I'm
then you're gonna have
excited.
all of your new leads. So this is just gonna be our basic PPC when we want to rev things up. Um, this is like your Facebook ads, your right here. Yeah, for your leads, your Facebook ads, your Instagram ads, your Google's, TikTok, all that. And here's one of the things that I really, really love about where we're at now. Um, Different people claim to be better than others at ad buying. Like, so for marketing companies, that's a whole entire department. Like, you have somebody who's good at copy, right? Who can come up with all the nice fancy words for like what the thing is going to say. Uh, Somebody else who's good at graphic design, right? Um, Somebody else who is good at ad buying, which is for the offer that you have for your industry. This person's job is to find the perfect type of ad set for you, right? Now,
Okay.
I already knew how to do that part manually, and I was always pretty decent at it, but I didn't like the fact that it was kind of time consuming to like always, update it and make sure it was optimized, whatever. I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna study prompt engineering. So now I have an assistant that picks the perfect type of ad set for your industry, for your area, and is based off of real actual data, not guessing and assuming. So it will do it for you. to make sure your ads are optimized. So you're getting the best type of ad. So it's like,
Okay.
so
It
my,
gravitates towards your business, what you're doing, right?
yeah, and it will already pick the audience for your type. It will pick the best audience for your offer, period. And it's proven off of actual data, you know? So now there's no guesswork, you know? And now we just kind
Right.
of monitor that. So when companies are like, hey, uh, pay me $2,500 to monitor your ads. And it's kind of heavy lifting and this and this and that. And then we got to make sure they're optimized, and then we got to make sure we're doing this. And every week I'm gonna give you a report, make sure you're paying them this money. No,
Right.
no, we just click a few buttons after, and then we just look at the results. So now
Just a
we'll be able to do, and this is all off of one dashboard. This is all in one place, right? So we're not having to jump around getting different services from different people, right? We're going to build your CRM. So your CRM right here, this is your, oh, you can at least do this. So your CRM is your customer relationship manager. This is going to be the motherboard to manage and view everything, conversations through all your channels, your social media, the stages that your leads are currently in, reports and analytic campaigns, so much more. Like, it's a whole lot that the CRM can do. And I'll show you an example of mine, right? So I built out my own CRM, and then I was able to start just keep adding different things to it, which is what's making this whole thing possible. Like, I'm currently running about 8 or 9 systems and softwares all in one place to make this one beautiful machine, right? Your website, whether you have a website or not. So the website will do much more than host information. So we can create or turn your existing one into a live lead magnet where visitors can get immediately engaged by your executive assistant. So instead of just having your website basically be, like a fancy electronic flyer, we wanted to do something, we wanted to not just be like a store that people can peek through the window and look at. We want it to be something where it seems like they walked in and then somebody walked up to them and grabbed their hand and was like, hey, what's up, girl? What are you here for? I got all the answers for you. So there's certain elements we're going to put in, like certain widgets, and then we're going to create where a presence for your assistant. So when people are on your website, there's going to be like a pop-up and something to engage with the individual that's viewing your site. So right away they can start communicating, and then you'll be able to have their contact, and that
wow.
contact is also going to go back into your CRM, right? Because they went to your
Okay.
website for a reason. We don't want it to be one of those things. How many times have you looked at a website and was like, oh, this is pretty good. This is pretty nice. This is great. All right, I'm gonna call them later on, or I'm gonna look them up. Or yeah, we want that person to come out and be like, hey, Alma, why are you here? Let's go. That's what we want to turn your website into. Okay.
Oh, like one
Um,
of those live chat bots and stuff. When as soon as you go in, are you looking for a job? He'll
yeah,
usually tell you like how to
yeah.
help you.
And something that's going to talk to them right away in real time. Not
Oh, okay.
now we're going to get back to you. Not we're going to put in your information and somebody from my team will notify you. But right away, like instant engagement, right? On top of just making sure other elements of it is just nice and up to par. But getting people the information that they need to know about you immediately, right? What's this next one?
I man,
Um,
that's going to be very helpful.
so your texting email campaigns, right? This is really, really awesome because you see again how we're putting all the pieces in place as you're getting contacts through your website, as you have contacts just from your existing and previous clients, right? As you're getting contacts from people who enter and look onto your website, this list just starts growing and growing and growing and growing and growing, right? My list is up to about 8,000 right now. Every once in a while, once a month maybe, we can do an email text blast where now we're just sending out a certain message. Like, you know, 3 weeks ago, I sent off my whole January jump off, like, hey, we have this going on with our weight loss program, yada, yada, yada. Uh, and then it just gave them a tiny little offer, right? The moment we did that, As soon as they responded, the AI kicked in, the assistant kicked in. And now I'm sitting back now monitoring about 700 something conversations that are just happening randomly throughout the day. And
Oh,
I'm
wow.
seeing appointments being booked and I'm literally just hands off with it. Right. So
Okay, that's I'm like thinking like that is so helpful because that's the problem when you don't have enough time to respond to everybody, let
yeah.
alone.
And honestly, if you're good at what you do, you're good at your business, that means you're going to have some clients that are regular. You're going to have people who are coming to see you, which is also going to make that same exact thing the reason why it's so hard for you to get in contact with people because you're working all day long helping out the people who already know you and love you. And then you have new people who you need to see, but you can't get to them because you were booked all day. And then when you get home, it's like family time, kids time, and then you forget. And then a week later, you just look at a message like, "Hey,
So sorry, I'm just getting back to you right now.
yeah."
That is so
So
mean.
and honestly, that's one of the things that I did with our previous leads from our marketing company. They had all these leads and they were supposed to be the ones contacting them, scheduling them, everything, and they still weren't coming in. So I just found a way, and I'll show you later. I got a hold of all those leads, downloaded them in my own software, and then I sent them a message. And this is a whole nother thing that we'll get into. I do I did voice cloning, so I sent them a message from my name with my voice, literally my own voice, but it mentioned everybody by name
Individually?
individually. So I sent it to 468 people, right? These are the leads that I got from my other marketing company. I sent it to 468 people. I typed out the message that I wanted to say because I've actually physically didn't have to say it. I just typed it out, but where it said the place where it was to say their name, it's like double bracket, custom field underscore name, right? So it automatically read that custom field and entered that person's name. So when you get a voice message, I can like send you one. When you get a voice message that says, hey, Alma, uh, this is Brandon. I just wanted to reach out and apologize for taking so long to get back with you. Our weight loss program took off way better than I expected, but here's all the information that you requested. So I sent that
Okay.
message out to everybody, and I'm just like, over the last few weeks, I've just been watching people like, oh, it's okay, but I really appreciate you getting back to me. And then all of a sudden, AI kicks in, and then they're just having conversations back and forth, right? So it's a lot of stuff that,
That's
and all this is already built in. It's already built into all the software, right? So these aren't like separate companies we got to go through or just ideas. We got to like, hey, man, let's have somebody do this and have somebody do this. No, we do it all ourselves, like all of it ourselves. We don't have to get help from nobody, right?
so
Um,
much better.
your reputation management. So, that's what all the stars are for, like, Yelp and Google and all that. So systematically, we're going to take your most appreciative clients and have them share with the community how awesome you are. Platforms like Yelp and Google reviews are top sites viewed as authorities, right? Um, this is always super, super helpful. And what we're going to do is we're going to drip these, right? Which means if we have a database of 500 people, we're not going to like send out a message to 500 people and have everybody try to do a review just because the way some of these algorithms work, they're going to take a bunch of them down. I experienced that during one of my grand openings for one of my locations. I had like 27 reviews, 5-star reviews on Yelp in one day. And then over the next 4 days, it dropped down to like 8 or 9. And I'm like, these are like honest reviews. I just had a grand opening. These are like people who already knew me from my other locations and stuff. And they was like, no, that's just the way the algorithm reads it we don't know if they're real. And I'm just because too many of them got up there at one time. So we'll set up a campaign where like every single week you're just getting reviews, but we can also put that part on autopilot too, just because there's ways to just tag your contacts inside of the system and have a drip campaign to send them a message with a link for the review. It's pretty dope. So
Wow.
Like you, we'll take a
I
list
didn't
of
even
people.
know that information. You're sharing so much information. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we'll take like a list, a big list of individuals, and then we'll like, okay, this is my review list, and you'll like literally pick people who you already know think you're dope. Like, oh, these people love me, right? So we'll
Right.
we'll mark that list, right? Of like these are my 5 stars, right? And we'll even call it like this is my 5 star list, right? So say that list is like 100 people or whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
we can make it where it'll send a message from you along with the link to like 5 people a day, you know? So out of those 5 people a day, maybe 2 or 3 of them actually get around to doing it. And now you're getting brand new 5 star reviews on a daily basis. So this is something I slept on forever. Now that I'm doing it, it's pretty dope because now I'm like being bashful every day, looking at what people got to say about me. I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Aw.
Make myself
You're like, yes, I'm doing a good job. It's like reassurance.
uh, so now with the SEO stuff, this part is one of those things we hear about all the time, right? Which stands for search engine optimization. So prospective clients will now find you each week. Um, each week, code on your website along with relevant blog posts will be rewritten to have your website ranking amongst the highest in your industry, right? So your search engine optimization is basically um, where you rank when people Google body sculpting and facials and massage and spa. When they Google that, who pops up first, right? Before I implemented this part, and I just started doing this myself, because somebody came around or they kept calling me and they had this service and it was like, oh, it was like 1,250 bucks a month. And it was like, people will just call you, like how much will your business improve if every day people were calling you about your business? And the whole thing was search engine optimization services, SEO services. It's just like logically, I understood it, I knew it, but I'm just like, bro, I don't want to spend that type of money right now. Like, I'd rather spend it on something else, that will work for me today instead of like, because their process takes a while. Then I'm just thinking, like, why you charge me per month? Why don't you just start charging me after it's working? Like, you do
Right.
your,
Once you actually have the
yeah,
clientele coming in.
yeah. They're like, yeah, it takes, month one, you start to go up and then month two. But by the time we're here, I'm just like, nah.
Right.
So
That was
now,
all on my own. Those were my referrals.
yeah. So now I know how to do it myself. Uh, well, well, technically, kind of. Well, I know how to train. I know how to train my assistant to do it.
To do it
So,
for you.
what
Love
one of
it.
the assistants does, right? That because I have like different assistants where I give them different expertise. So now with this other assistant, what she does, I just say she just because it's dope to have like a bunch of lady assistants, like on the squad, and plus women are smarter. So I think like I'm getting the best, right? So what she does is she rewrites the code on your website because that's what she's trying to do. I don't know how she does it, but she literally looks at the industry that you're in. And even though your website looks the same, she's rewriting code on your website every single week, once a week, to be as relevant as possible for the industry that you're in. And then there's another one who is skilled at writing, and she writes blogs for you every single week for your industry and automatically post them to your website. So you have these blogs posting with certain keywords inside of the blog, and that makes you more relevant as well. And now your SEO ranking starts to go up. So when I first started this, when the dude showed me that tried to sell it to me, he was like, "You're ranked number 30 something in your area in a 15-mile radius." I was like, so I still got clients. Like, he was like, "Wouldn't you want to be ranked here?" I was like, "Yeah, that would be nice." But I didn't pay for the service. But then when we did this, now we're number three. And
Wow.
the
From
only
wow.
yeah, the only 2 people above us right now are like commercial spas, you know, like
Okay.
like
Like
a
a bigger
massage
franchise.
envy or like chain spas or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm gonna
Okay.
get, but I'm gonna figure out a way to beat them out too, you know? Uh, so
Right. That's
yeah, so so anyway, so these are all the different things where, like I said, there's different ways where somebody's going to understand or come to know this is Alma. She has this. Now we're going to have these systems that just move her through the steps of like vetting you, getting to learn about you, having a way to get in front of you. And then that's when you take over the human element, do your little thing, and now she's there. So all these things are going to be powered by our executive assistants, right?
that's so cool.
Right. So our AI
She's
assistant,
the main
right?
person behind this.
So
Second to main person, right?
yeah. So there are three main phases to prompt engineering. So now I want you to understand how we're even doing this, right? Um, so first we create the identity or personality. So you can literally get as creative as you choose. Uh, like I said, it can be modeled after you or after a pirate, like literally. Like if you tell your assistant you're a pirate, it's going to take everything it knows about pirates and then it's going to talk like a pirate.
Wow.
You see? So however we want it to be, right? So I
Okay.
personally would for your situation, I would recommend just making it, making your assistant somebody else. You know what I mean? Like just
Right.
think of if you can hire any one of your friends, which one would you hire? And just think about that person's characteristics, even their name, whatever, and that will be the personality because we literally put these things about their personality into the into the assistant, right? Then
Okay.
the context. Well, what's their role, area expertise, environment? Like, are they the manager of your spa? Are they an expert at skincare and this and that? That's important just because whatever you say they're experts at, whatever knowledge base they have, uh, I'm going to be able to like download that type of knowledge into the assistant. So when people ask her anything, even as
Uh-huh.
conversational as she is and everything, it's always going to be able to have these answers. For instance, we do medical things at my location since we have our doctors and nurses and like even with our medical weight loss program. So I had a buddy of mine who was talking to one of my assistants for too long and he thought it was me. So I called him and I told him, I was like, hey, bro, here, call the 909 number, like that 562. That's all robots, bro. He was, no way, right? And then I was like,
No way.
I said, but check it out. Hey, but keep playing with it though, like throw anything at it, right? So a couple of days later, I can kind of tell that he most likely thought that it was me and the assistant because he would go back and forth with how he talked to it, right? And so I
Okay.
can tell sometimes he thought it was me because he would mention things that we only talked about on the phone. And he would just, okay, so the meeting, how's Friday looking for you, to catch up with, me and my brother, yada, yada. So I'm just like, he really doesn't know that this is 100% AI, right?
Okay.
Um, so he asked it, he says, hey, what's your NDC number, right? And when he said this, I'm literally like watching the screens because I just like when I'm working and doing other stuff, I have screens just next to me watching conversations happen, right? um, and I see this and I see he asks, what's your NDC number? And I can tell he's literally testing the assistant now, because he has no reason to ask me that personally. And I'm thinking, what does that mean? Like, I don't even know what it means, right? But the
What's your
crazy
NDC
thing
number?
about like machine learning is it also understands context, right? And understands
Mm,
context of what we're talking about. And then it can fill in the gaps because NDC literally stands for a whole bunch of stuff, right?
true.
It's an acronym for all kind of things, right? So
Hmm.
because it understands context, the reply was, "Hey, no problem. The moment once we set up your consultation with the doctor, they'll be able to provide you the national drug code."
Oh,
I was like, "Oh, right."
okay.
So little things like that, on top of the fact that I just found out that I'm fluent in Spanish as well. If somebody
Oh,
starts speaking a different language to you, it will literally continue on their conversation in that language. So
Brandon, that's clutch. I have Hispanic clients that I struggle with translating.
you don't
So
have to. It automatically does it. I have one of my conversations well, I'll send you like I don't because I had to ask the ladies like, hey, what am I
yeah,
saying and is it good? They was like, man, you know, like so it's just back and forth conversations. And these aren't automations where if you say this, it says this, you say this. These it's like intelligent conversations, right? Um,
okay.
I had one of my previous students spend about 2 paragraphs just venting to me about how shady the lady was who she rented a room from, yada, yada, yada. But I also put certain things in the assistant about just like personality and empathy and this and encouragement and all that. And I'm just watching it and it the response was like, it really sounds like you've been going through a lot, but you better hang in there. I know you're strong, right? But then it
Oh,
always
she's
goes back to
messaging your
look,
eye.
but then it always goes back to the last part, which is the mission.
Uh-huh.
Regardless of how casual, empathetic, humorous, playful, serious, professional, your assistant, it will always go back to the mission, which is book a phone call, schedule, whatever. Whatever you say the mission is, it'll go back to that. So people will vent back and forth saying all this stuff, and it will just like talk to them and answer all their questions. And then it always goes back to
Back
so
to business.
so
I
you really
like
need a
that.
spa day for yourself. How about Wednesday, anytime between 8:30 and 4:30? Are you open? Like it always goes back to that. And it's crazy because I have appointments that have been booked that honestly, the real Brandon, I would have been gave up on them because I'm thinking like, man, we're doing an amazing job, amazing service. I contacted you. You don't call me back. On to the next one. Like that's just me because I'm
Right,
like, I only have so much time to do it all. And then I'm
right.
seeing like because one of the instructions were do you continue to follow up, right? So I
Mm.
chose yes. So now, unless somebody says stop, I'm not interested, it will constantly tap you on the shoulder. Hey, did you have time to think about that information I sent over to you? A day or two later, yada yada, and then I'm looking at these people apologizing. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I got busy. Thank you for following up with me. Yes, yes, yes. No, I can do Friday, little things like that. I'm just
Oh,
like, oh, it booked the appointment that I wouldn't have booked. Right.
that I could. Yes,
Yeah.
that's clutch right there. Because I mean, they're responding so quickly. I could only see why they're able to make it
And you can
too.
even put in like when they respond, like how long in, but I'll show you like, so on my, so this is on my software. So my company bank, right? So there's all kind of stuff. But if you have places where you put in all your contacts, everything. But I just wanted to show you this as an example, right? So right here, if you look at these icons and stuff, text
Okay.
messages, you see certain things come from phone calls, whatever, Instagram. These are just all these various conversations happening, right? Let me see.
Okay.
I recognize a name.
If a person says, "Never mind, I need more time," I'll book
It
you next month.
it will remember that and then say, I'll give you a call on March 4th, between this time and that time, because it remembered what time you wanted to say, right? So
Hmm.
this is like somebody who, look at this, hold on, let me know, you know, like it apologizes, somebody said they had a hard time getting through to us, whatever. It will apologize for that. If you look at the history of this conversation, this is a conversation that's happening over several days, you know, like it's
Wow.
just they're amazing, and sometimes it's just like, would I have been, so you see this person, I'm not even sure who this was, but they say stop, right? If they say stop, it's automatically going to uh update their file and make it where
Okay.
um
It'll stop the messaging.
it'll stop the messaging. Yeah.
Okay, that's wow. That's really good, actually. That's wow. That's incredible. Like you connected every issue that we can have. I mean, the social media, the email, the text responses.
Yeah.
all from
but
one person that you're controlling in a sense, or creating,
and and
molding.
and the most beautiful part about it is because we're not relying on companies to just come up with how they're going to do the campaign, right? That's what allows us to have the elements of it that are really, really us. How do we, what messaging do we want to see? Like what kind of content do we want to put out there? So, you can think of an offer at the last minute and just like, you know what? Oh my goodness. Oh, tomorrow is this holiday or we just got a new girl. So I want to get her busy really quick. So let me just all of a sudden it's there's no more, it's going to take a week or two to have
To
somebody else
respond.
put something together. It's just like, man, we can just literally get on there and
And
type out what we want to type out and push a few buttons because the machine is already built. And then when we're done with it and we get enough appointments, okay, then we just stop it, pause it, whatever. We want to make sure that everything about what we do with our business, like we have full control over it. We can see how people are responding to different offers and
yeah.
things in real time, and then adjust things according to that instead of just like hoping a stranger who hasn't walked a step in our shoes comes up with
Has no
something.
idea what we're talking about, to be honest. They don't know how to promote our own business. I feel like we're the own experts of our
Yeah,
trade.
we are.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, they know all the tech stuff. I just wanted to make it where we don't have to know the tech stuff anymore. Like, and that's what I've been focusing on for
My
the
goodness.
last several, the lot, pretty much like all last year, just learning, taking courses, just because I literally just got tired of it. And I told my wife, I was like, never again am I even going to expect somebody to tell my story.
No.
Like, because they just don't know how, you know,
Okay.
because they can't learn what it is that I want. I'm gonna go and learn what it is that they do.
Yeah.
And and I also wanted to make it where we have tools in place where if somebody is just starting their business or if they barely been, even if they just started like a year ago and they know for a fact that they need to grow their business, but because it's just life is life and situations are what they are, they can't afford to pay somebody a few $1,000s to hopefully grow their business, even if they can't.
True.
So it's just like, wait, how are you charging me more than I made? It's not right.
Exactly.
It's like people who
That's
pay.
my fear. That's why I've been marketing myself, but it's not always the greatest
Yeah,
tool to do because I don't know the tax. I don't know. I'm computer savvy to an extent, but not too much to be able to create a program like that that's going to generate all the replies for me. I haven't even done like the easy, like the text messages where you do the follow up text messages because it just got a little complicated for me and it is hard. It is stressful. I can't. This
uh,
just means simple. Like it seems simple.
oh, it's as simple as just having conversations with just, hey, this is what I want to do, or texting it to me like, hey, this is what I want to do. And then I can literally take that and just put it inside of whatever little part it goes in. The thing
Mhm.
that you're going to be responsible for is just really just keeping up with just creating content and loving on your clients. Create content,
Yeah.
love on your clients. Uh, and then we're just going to take that content and we'll even help come up with a schedule where, as crazy as it sounds, like I created assistants just to literally send me text reminders about certain things to do for my business. I just went nuts with
That's
it,
me.
where it's just like
Alexa,
I get,
remind
yeah,
me.
yeah. So it's just like you can make sure you stay on track with just creating your content. Basically, everything amazing about your business, we just want as many people to see it and know it as possible. That's all. That's the whole point of this. We want people to see it, get information right away, and not have people missing out on these awesome services just because you don't have all the time in the world to do all the crazy stuff or go back to
Mhm.
school and learn how to do it or have all the money to pay somebody and hope they get it right, you
Right.
know? Because I've that's where I was at. I spent the money. I hired three marketing companies one time at one time just for research and development. Like I just wanted to see who was doing what. I hired three of them to do the exact same thing. And I just wanted to see who was going to do it better. And it was literally just studying them, studying. What are you doing? What is it that you're doing that I like? What is it that I don't like? How
Right.
can
How
I
are
do
you
it
helping
better?
me?
And then it just was like the last person who pitched to me, he showed me some really amazing things with this whole AI stuff, right? And it gave me the chills, like, because I automatically thought of the application. And then he told me his price. And when he told me his price, I was just like, are you crazy? Like, it was
Wow.
astronomical, like, because he was asking for a percentage of my business. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, he was like, yeah, I'll do 50%. And I just looked at him and I was just like,
Whoa.
you say this after you gave me the chills about how amazing this thing is, right? And that's when I just went on and I was like, I'll never feel like that again. I'll never be in a position where I want something so bad that can help me, my family, my staff, even my clients. This is something that just allows our clients to,
Right.
if if my business is doing good, I can add more things, I can be more available, I can like
Yes.
I wanted it so bad, and then you dangled this thing over my head that you can take away from me. I was like, I'll never feel like that again. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna create. I'm gonna figure out how to do it, and it's crazy because that's what he does for years. That's what he's been doing for years for all these big companies, right? And with all respect, like humbly, I'm so much better than him already.
I
I'm,
love that.
but it's like, but here's why though. It's not because I'm some type of like genius by far or whatever. And the analogy that I was explaining to my wife was like if you have two houses, because this is the part that gave me confidence, right? If you have two houses that are both nice houses, one of them is the like a regular standard track home or whatever, and it looks beautiful. And then you have
Hmm.
another one that's like a work of art, like a one of
Okay.
a kind that's going to be on a magazine because it's like, wow, who designed this, right? Just realizing that both of those individuals have the same core skill sets because you could like only hammer so hard and drill so good and fasten and buckle and pour it. So the basic skill sets are the same, but the reason one is beautiful is, or the reason one is like a work of art is because one person used a whole different part of his brain. If this is imagination, creativity, like this is an artistic thing that you just basically use left brain skill sets to execute. And that's all I'm doing. Like I'm learning the left brain stuff, which is like, how do you program? How do you do prompt engineering? How do you do software? Like I'm doing, but then my imagination goes crazy with it, just looking like, what if we can do this? And what if we can do this? And what if we, and then I'm walking through everything we're actually living. And then I'm putting it all together. And now, and I wanted to put it together in a way where if we put it together ourselves and we have the software, we're getting like way better output for a small fraction of what it would
The work
cost.
or the money.
What it
Yeah.
would cost somebody else. So anyway, welcome to the orchestra, girl.
What? I'm excited. I mean, just everything is so much information, but I'm excited to see what this is really going to be about. I actually just want to test it. I want to have you text me a voice call, and I want to really see if I can tell the difference between you and IA.
I'm gonna send that to you right now. And then your stuff will be live this week. Because you're gonna get a whole new business phone number, um,
Good.
use with the app, just because everything that you do is going to be tied into that business number. And there's something that's called ATP registration, which is basically a review process to verify that you're a legitimate business, uh, to make it where when you start contacting people and all that kind of stuff, it's from a real phone number. So anyway, I'm gonna get all that sent over to you, and
Okay.
I'm gonna send you that voice message.
That's crazy. You said it sounds just like you and everything, so I'm curious.
All right, bro.
Wow, that is That's impressive. I'm impressed. That's a lot of work that you had to, gather together to make it work into one system. So, I mean, wow.
Yeah,
I'm
but
excited to see it in person now.
it's
You
here
think? I
now.
mean, you're saying it's everybody can use it and this friendly user, so I hope so. Because
No, it's like if
yeah,
you know how to use like Facebook or
yeah.
Instagram, it's literally the same. It's like you literally just like there's really not much to do. Oh, and I even I even because I pay for a bunch of different licensing and stuff. I even found a way to get 24/7 live support attached to all of our apps. So if you ever do get stuck on something that's just like, okay, what do I do? You just click a button and somebody will come and walk you through it.
Like an IT person.
Yeah, I outsourced it. So, and they're all US
Yeah,
based. So, yeah. So it's like I
I'm
paid for
so
that too.
excited.
Yeah, so it's like it's some pretty dope stuff going on. Um,
Yay! This is the new 2024. This is the advanced technology. I love it.
um,
When somebody told me, they're like, "You sure you want to be an entrepreneur?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm ready." They're like, "You never, there's never really time off."
mm-mm.
So
You're,
they weren't wrong about that. It's 24/7, late hours, early hours. I'm like, man.
yeah, it's
But
I'm still grinding just because I'm still creating a whole bunch of stuff, but
mhm.
it has been a lot different. It's it's been different. Like I'm still like,
You're filling it in with other things now you
yeah,
couldn't do.
just because everything that I built for me, I started working on them for my friends and stuff. So we just took care of a couple doctor's offices. Um,
Wow.
let me see.
Well, I'm very thankful and grateful. So thank you. So excited to hear all about this because I'm like, okay, this could be the one, the one thing that's going to really help with everything else.
Oh yeah. And it's literally just piecing together everything that already helps businesses, but just making it easier and all in one spot.
Yeah. How do you think you'll market? Because see, that's the only thing if you've noticed, I haven't market body in a minute because a lot of my clients are actually like all referrals, and it's pretty amazing. That's kept me up for like, what am I going on my third year now?
Mhm.
And third year is really just based on referrals, it seems like. And but will I be able to market the esthetician side along with the body on this altogether?
You can do anything you want.
Wow. Okay. This is
Especially,
gonna definitely give me the push. I need to create my website page. So that is goals in my short term to create that now.
I'll do it.
Be creating a website. I don't have a website at all
I can,
because I don't know how to work all those codings.
yeah, I can do your website for you.
I'll pay you. That is Appreciate that.
Um,
Thank you.
all right. So, um,
Are you still hitting that problem where you have a little too many clients and not enough sculptors?
no, we got a good little team right now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, no, we're good. Um, all right. So let me see.
Okay, I got a text.
Does it have a voice note to it?
Oh, an audio recorder. Yeah, it sends it.
Hey, Alma, this is Brandon. Here's info on our program. Personal cell is 909-587-77336 in case you need me sooner. And there's a
Nice. And then it comes with a full message.
yeah,
Hey,
like
Alma, this is Brandon, owner of Exclusive Med Spa. So sorry for the delay. And hopefully, you already got started on your weight loss goals. Our Slim X shots happen to be much more popular than anyone on my team imagined. Okay, this is amazing. IG, your link, reply stop to unsubscribe.
So
Got it.
text it
Sweet,
back
sweet.
anything. Like, but come hard though. Like, say something crazy like that a human would say. I don't know. Say I don't think you can help me because I'm just too far away from my goal or something. Something crazy and just not standard.
I doubt those shots can help me. I don't know.
What you put?
Let's see. I want to see it come back this reason.
What'd you say?
I said, I doubt that those shots can help me. I already lost enough weight. What else do you have for me?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
No, let's go. It's thinking. I mean, it hasn't responded. How quick is the response?
Up to you. You can do 10 seconds, 15 seconds. I put a minute just
Okay.
just so somebody doesn't hit send and then a giant paragraph pops up as soon as they hit send.
I give it a booster help. I'm looking to tone my body.
Did it respond yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
So you can also like play with the response time just to make it more realistic, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
So
like sending the messages to myself.
yeah, no, when we do it, like just say you type me that and all of a sudden, as soon as you hit send, it was like bloop, and then all of a sudden you got a big paragraph back. That doesn't seem real,
Gotcha.
you know. So
Yeah. Like the automated messages they have set like on Instagram.
yeah,
Okay. So far nothing.
it'll pop up.
But I like it. Since a pre-recording with your message. So Slim X shots. What are those? Are those like the ginger root shots?
No, so uh I made up my own name for them just to kind of brand
Mm-hmm.
because we're using all the different peptides, like same thing as like Ozempic, Wegovy, Monjaro, all that. So yeah, we have everything.
Are we allowed? Oh no, only if you have a doctor under your care, right?
Yeah, we're medical. We have a medical director, nurses, all that fun stuff.
I think I need to hire a doctor in my salon so I can work all that. Here we go. Here's a long message. I totally understand where you're coming from. If you're looking to tone your body, our non invasive body sculpting treatments could be exactly what you need. They're designed to help define and enhance your natural figure without any downtime. Would you be interested in exploring our body sculpting options further? We can set up a consultation to discuss our goals and how we can help you achieve them. Let me know what's a good time for you and we can lock in a. That's so perfect. They were compassionate. They understood. They added what they can do. And then, hey, let's lock you in already. Let's get you going.
It always goes back to the mission.
I love it. It redirects you to that. So that's perfect.
So that's the kind of brain that is, powering, and that's just one thing. So now we're going to use this type of technology to just like do everything. Um, hey, did you like my little funny graphics on my thing?
Your orchestra?
Yeah.
Yes, and it gives a good visual. Like it literally looks like okay, so the person that does all this, it's like you're telling, okay, here's your CMR, here's your social media platform. Now you go, and it's like it's a good way to metaphorically explain what you're doing. So it's
You,
one person in control of everything, putting it all together to make one
you know
orchestra. So
who,
I was like, that
you,
was really cool how you combined everything.
you know who I got to design those for me?
Who
What do you think?
to get them to design for you?
Yeah, those photos, those graphics.
Your assistant IA?
Gosh, tell every
What?
it's
So
everything
every
we need, flyers, everything. We literally,
flyers too?
I got OpenAI attached to my dang Canva. So when I want to make a flyer, I just tell my assistant what I want. Like I'm gonna show you right now. Um, Here, tell me anything. Tell me and make it stupid. Um, who do you think will win the Super Bowl? That's what you think. I see it on my thing.
I'm trying to see if it's gonna respond to something outside of that now.
We'll see.
Let's go
All right,
Niners.
tell me what you want a picture of.
Okay. A picture of, is it gonna create a picture like a gift or like a flyer? Just
I don't know.
anything?
Just anything. You don't have to be something weird, like something you saw in your
No,
dream.
yeah. Standing on top of the Twin Towers.
Who?
Will it still show that?
Who?
Oh, who?
Yeah.
We'll just anybody? Like you'll just make it? Oh,
Mhm.
you can say a little mouse standing on top of a tower. I want to see that. I don't know. You said weird. It's gonna have to show something random. Some a little standing on top, sipping on some tea. Yeah, my imagination's no longer there.
See what it comes up with. Yeah, you can just play with it. This stuff is so crazy. What did I say?
The Niners have a solid chance for sure. I love the way she thinks. It's going to be an exciting game. Speaking of winning strategies, let's get you scheduled for that consultation to discuss how our body sculpting treatments can help you achieve your toning goals. How does this Tuesday or Wednesday look for you? We have slots available in the morning and afternoon. Let me know what works best and we'll set it. Wow, that did sound realistic and it complements the team.
Hey, we're gonna say goodnight on this one.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, that is pretty amazing. That's wow. I need an assistant. I've been saying I need to hire an assistant, and you just gave me the best assistant ever.
I'm gonna send you this. All right. Good night, girl.
Good night. Bye. Thank
I'm gonna
you.
text you the information I need from you to get all your stuff set up, and then we'll make it happen.
Está bien. Sounds good. Have a good night. Thank you.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.